Looking at it simply and objectively, the law of cause and effect regarding wealth is knowing how to cultivate blessings. By performing good deeds and accumulating virtue, blessings and wealth will naturally flow in like water. But there is a question: how does one cultivate blessings? Let's find out through the story below. Living in this world, everyone desires a comfortable, sufficient, and wealthy life, especially during the new year. Everyone prays for a prosperous family, abundant money, and smooth sailing throughout the year. However, from a Buddhist perspective, money itself contains the law of cause and effect. What do you think that law is? It is that however much wealth you have in this life is determined by the cause you created in your previous life. In a past life, accumulating much merit and virtue is called the cause in this life. Having abundant wealth is called the result. If that is indeed the case, is our wealth in this life predetermined and unchangeable? I feel I am very poor in this life and cannot earn enough money, so what should I do? The ancients said that one's destiny is changed by oneself. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are very compassionate toward humanity. They do not want to see sentient beings living in poverty their whole lives. So, how can one attain wealth according to Buddhist principles? Giving, generosity. If you want melons, you must first plant melons. Whatever cause you sow, you shall reap the result. From a Buddhist perspective, what is the cause of wealth in a person's life? Giving is the source that brings you wealth. Only when you have the kind intention of giving to others can you attain great wealth and receive blessings. Sometimes we see very wealthy people around us. You do not need to envy them. Their abundance of money in this life is because they sowed many seeds of giving to others in their previous lives. They gave joyfully, so they attained such results. What you need to do now is discard your greedy, angry, and ignorant thoughts and seek wealth according to the laws of Buddhism. If you sow seeds of kindness in this life, you will receive good results in the next. This is the principle you must remember. According to the Buddhist view, there are 3 types of giving we can practice: wealth giving, dharma giving, and fearless giving. Wealth giving. This is using money and financial resources to help those in difficulty and poverty. Dharma giving. This is encouraging goodness so that sentient beings may study the Buddha's teachings, explaining the Dharma to others, and using kind thoughts to offer salvation and help beings believe in gods and Buddhas. Fearless giving. Put simply, this is practicing vegetarianism, abstaining from killing, and so on. If you truly and sincerely practice these 3 types of giving, you are planting an immense seed of virtuous affinity. When you understand how to give, that is, cultivating blessings, even if you do not see the results in this lifetime, you will certainly receive good blessings in the future. However, there is a very important principle: give within the scope of your own ability. Some people who have no money themselves go and borrow money to help others. The Buddha taught that merit is within the capacity of what you can do. If you cannot do it, do not force it. Additionally, another very important point is, true giving is not about the quantity, but rather originates from your heart. If your heart is sincere and joyful when giving to others, you will naturally accumulate great blessings. In life, everyone's fate is different. Some are rich, some are poor, and some are so destitute they cannot even afford a piece of clothing. However, this does not hinder the act of giving. Giving is not just about material things. Giving also means letting go. Even with empty hands, we can still give. Sometimes it is just a small smile, an inquiry after someone's health, or a warm greeting. All of these are acts of giving, and all create a foundation of blessings for oneself. The distance between heaven and earth is just 1 meter. Success comes to those who know how to bow. Bowing is not about flattery or fawning. It is an understanding of life and a realization of one's own abilities. It is a readiness to face reality, which in turn makes one's vision broader and more open. One day, someone asked Socrates, "You are a man of profound knowledge. Do you know the distance between heaven and earth?" Socrates replied, "About 1 meter." The person did not believe him and said, "Sir, except for infants, we are all taller than 1 meter. If the height between heaven and earth were only 1 meter, wouldn't we all crash into the sky?" Socrates continued, "Correct. Everyone is taller than 1 meter. If you want to stand out between heaven and earth, you must know how to bow." This story teaches us a principle. Bowing is a proper way of behaving in life. Learn to bow when facing reality. There is often a large gap between reality and dreams. Some military school students enter with beautiful aspirations but fail to adapt to the iron discipline of the army, easily losing their ideals and finding it difficult to integrate into this military family. At this point, if one stubbornly keeps their head held high and cannot let go of their ego, it may be very difficult to find their rightful place. Conversely, by bowing one's head and calming the mind, one will quickly find the heroic spirit within the barracks. Learn to bow before your own mistakes. Humans are not saints. Everyone can make mistakes. And once a mistake is made, it should be corrected. However, many people lack the courage to admit their own errors. Bowing is not humiliation, nor is it the act of an inferior person. It is the recognition that a mistake must be fixed. That is the price to be paid. Having the courage to bow before a mistake is an intelligent and decisive act. It is a noble, generous, and composed quality. To be straight, one must sometimes be curved. To advance, one must be able to retreat. To be firm, one must be able to be flexible. Learn to bow when desires arise. Human desires are endless. Everyone wants to dominate and be famous. Witnessing friends and colleagues becoming directors or department heads while oneself is nothing can lead to feeling discouraged. However, by bowing one's head, one will discover that they have already gained a lot. They simply didn't realize it and thus didn't know how to cherish it. The dialectics of life once again remind us. Many people hold their heads high and strive, only to look back and find that what they gained was merely fleeting and external. Those with the smoothest careers and the fastest progress are often those who understand and know how to bow. Blessings are created by oneself. Praying alone is futile. Whenever someone survives a disaster or escapes the clutches of death, people often say it was 70 generations of blessings, or blessings left behind by ancestors. From a Buddhist perspective, what does this mean? 1. Buddhism holds that human life has no accidental luck. According to Buddhism, there is no such thing as accidental luck. If there were, how could one explain why luck comes to one person and not the person right next to them? It is also not certain that this is due to blessings left behind by ancestors. If we look back at the lives of ancestors, we often see their lives were full of misery and misfortune. Their own blessings were not even enough to bring them a bit of comfort or happiness. So how could they have anything left for their descendants to use? 70 generations of blessings are actually only the merits and blessings that you yourself have accumulated from many previous lives, acting like a giant protective shield surrounding you when disasters strike in life, like a large boat in the middle of the sea, like an excellent warm coat in a blizzard, or like iron armor covering the body against arrows, spears, and bullets flying from all directions. Disasters coming from the outside are caused by the evil karma we created in past lives or this life. When the time is due, they come with unstoppable force. There is no escaping them. The only way is to endure. The issue is whether you endure it with a thick or thin, intact or tattered armor of blessings. 2. Blessings are created by oneself and cannot be obtained through praying. The question is, how do we create the aforementioned universal armor? According to the Buddha's teachings, blessings must be created by oneself and cannot be obtained through prayer. Sitting still in one place praying without acting is futile. Doing good deeds brings blessings. Praying for blessings does not. Just as knowledge must be learned to be acquired and a full stomach must be achieved by eating, one cannot simply pray for a miracle from someone else. Doing good deeds means performing actions aimed at bringing benefits to others, even if you do not benefit or even have to sacrifice time, effort, or wealth. Besides that, controlling one's speech is also the greatest blessing in life. Such a deed, no matter how small, generates blessings. Conversely, if an action is aimed only at self-interest, no matter how costly it is, it will not generate a shred of blessing. A person with little blessing, even when surrounded by relatives and acquaintances, must still work hard and struggle to take care of everything. Even when they need help and call for it, they may not be satisfied, because in the past, they did not help these very relatives. So in this life, those people have no desire to repay them. A person with many blessings even if alone in a strange place or in any circumstance, will receive full assistance and be safely protected and sheltered in times of trouble or even among enemies. That is why it is said, we do good deeds. First of all, to transform our own karma so that our lives can gradually ascend. Each subsequent life will be happier than the current one, wiser, more majestic in appearance, and greater in virtuous power. There are many ways to accumulate merit and create good karma for descendants without spending a penny. That is also the way to create blessings for oneself. Do not think our mind belongs to us. Do not imagine that the thoughts in our heads are our own. Created by ourselves without anyone knowing. The thoughts in our heads are formed by cause and effect. There are times when we think of good things, and times when we think of evil things that startle us. Why do we have such strange thoughts? It is because of cause and effect. It is because we committed some mistake today, yesterday, the day before, last week, or last month. We accidentally offended a venerable person, causing our mind to change. Naturally, unwholesome thoughts arise as if they were our nature, as if we have always been a wicked and immoral person. A person who always thinks of good things, kindness, compassion, and morality does so because of their blessings. Throughout each day of life, we carefully maintain our mental conduct, pay respect to the Buddha, remain humble, and do not dare to offend anyone. Naturally, cause and effect will create a source of good thoughts in the mind, leading to good speech and good behavior. And thus blessings will gradually increase and go up. Each person needs to understand the Buddha's teachings on cause and effect to apply them correctly in life.